Hey, welcome to another Valley Forged. Today I present to you the WeCreat 45-watt diode laser. Now, one of the great things about lasers is creating fun projects. That's why I mentioned in the last video about the family aspect of lasers. That's one of the reasons I love it, is sharing projects, making things that are fun to share with other people. But how do you make them? And that's what we're going to get into in this. We're going to make some fun projects. Now this I made on the 20-watt WeCreat years ago, and I absolutely loved making it. Just a blast. And it's super easy to make with the Make It software, because I could just go in there, I just downloaded it, and it was all ready to go right through the software. And so I figured, hey, I wanted to add a road bike. And so I went to Etsy and actually got the road bike, and guess what I got? This was it. I had to completely redesign it, which I did in LightBurn. And then I used the WeCreat Make It software to actually make it, because honestly, it was a lot. Even though the WeCreat here works great in LightBurn, I just really enjoy using the Make It software to actually interface. Just with the camera, everything is so smooth and so nice. And it just literally just makes it more fun. And fun is something I try to keep in my life. I'm messing with lasers all the time, which I absolutely love. But there is something special about the Make It software and how it works. So I made this beautiful bike and I'm really, really liking it. What do you think? Do you like the painted version or do you like it just in wood? It's a very difficult, I like both. So I'm kind of happy that I did both, but I am thinking that I would like to do, I actually want painted versions and wood versions of both. But anyway, this is a lot of fun. I am going to show you how I did it over at the computer. And so and at the end, I'm going to show you, I made a little bit of modification to this machine just because I thought that it would just make it better overall from the things that I have been looking at. So stick around to the end and I will show you the modification I made. Only cost me $15 and I really liked it. So check that out and I'll see you over at the computer. All right, as I mentioned, this is where I got the blue bicycle that I did on the 20-watt. Very easy, very, very easy. You just hit Make It, you pay 99 cents or whatever, and it shows up on your project, and it worked beautifully. It really was very simple. So when it came to do the road bike, it was a little different. So I had purchased this off of Etsy, as I showed you. And then I dropped the SVG file in here, and immediately I was like, wow, this is really small. And so, yeah, you can see it already compared to the bigger one that I ended up making. So what I did immediately, I made this, as we can see, the little one, and it came out great. So directly from SVG, from Etsy, a file. No modification, really, just setting the power and settings, setting it to cut, and figuring out my wood, which is brilliant. So you could just pick, 3mm cherry. Then you can turn off the autofocus because it's 3mm if you know it's 3mm. I know this one's 3.15, so I turned that off, and it was better to use that. So very easy there. As far as the settings go, 10 was the best for me at 100% power. And boom, you're done. Brilliant. Got the little bike. Now, I personally don't really know how to design that well in the WeCreat Make It software. I do like it. I mean, look at this. Look how easy that is, that I could just see it, and I know where it's going to be. I know how, big my piece of wood here is, and I can move it to a safe spot and use as much of this as possible. I even, as you can see, I moved these around on my own version to use less wood. I didn't have to stick with them. I mean, you got this blank spot here right there that you could put you could put a handlebar in, so you're not wasting that spot, and then put something underneath here like the seat. It's just a lot you can do. But let's get back to what I did with LightBurn. So we're going to go back. So what I did is I just opened up LightBurn. I'll show you a picture, and kind of redesigned this so that all of these little pieces stayed 3mm, because it's quite a bit to do. Let's be real, because the seat post, the handlebar post, and then all of these squares need to stay 3mm, and including this down here, it has to stay 3mm, but everything else gets bigger. So it didn't take that long, but come on. I mean, I had to redo this. But then you got this. So what I did then is went back into I saved it as an SVG, and then just dropped it here into WeCreat Make It software. Super awesome. Even the colors of the lines were still here when I did it. And so what I did is I was watching Ventari and Clack Shack, I'll bring up right now, and then I just cut it out.
Focus, and so now the laser's not doing anything to them. So it's a balance. I don't have any complaints with the GA. It's still, you can see it sitting right there. I don't use it as much as I used to. I leverage the material that I have sitting in my.
It's been a ton of fun, and you get to see how I spend my Sunday afternoons, and it's really fun. I love lasers. I love all of this. The WeCreate is one of the more fun lasers, let's be honest, to use. It is great for families and things like that, so that you can share that. As for business, there's a lot of people that run their business on the WeCreate. I was really surprised. I get a lot of comments from people who actually own WeCreates and use them for business. Laser Lady actually just made a video on hers, and hers is a 10 watt. Having the 45 watt, though, I gotta say, it's probably really, really, it's the next level, because I'm cutting out stands for those purses, right? I made some on this WeCreate, but before I was using a 20 watt, and making the stands are made out of 6mm. So trying to do that with a 20 watt is a lot harder. Got the 45 watt, it's just blasting through making those stands. So I could just make a whole bunch of stands and just be done with it. Definitely some great advantages to having the Pro, which, number one, the bed size. The bed is just so nice to work with. I could throw in my 12 by 19 piece of wood and just be done with it. Shows up on the camera, boom. You can't really get much easier than that. And having the power, of course, super, super nice. But last but not least, the modification that I made to my WeCreate Pro 45 watt, whatever. Some people were having trouble with the cable in the back. Not everybody's having this problem, but I believe Ventari did. And I was looking around, okay, what's this? Let's just be proactive here. What is the solution to that if it's going to happen? I looked around, there were a couple different things. I really liked the idea of just putting a drag chain on it, done. Took me about, I don't know, 20 minutes, 15 minutes to do the whole thing. It's very simple. If you follow this video that I will leave the link to, and you never have to worry about it again, it's done. It came with an extra cable, so I already had that extra cable to put in there, and now I still have the other one in case I ever need it. But that one's a no-brainer for me. I'll show you some video I probably already did of how it looks, and it's brilliant. So I did want to add that for anybody who wanted to go that way. So again, loving the WeCreate, very much enjoying it, and we'll see what else we can make. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Love y'all.